Hey, you guys, good to see you. I am called to give an energy update. I don't know about you, but I have been feeling a lot. There's a lot going on in the cosmos, and I'm feeling it in my world, in my body, in my energy. And I thought you might be too. So I thought I would come on and let you know what's going on with me, what's going on in the cosmos, and perhaps shed some light on what's going on with you. So, first of all, if you are feeling a lot right now and you have been feeling emotional, perhaps you have been crying for no reason, like I have been on occasion, know that there is nothing wrong with you, right? So, shedding some light is a key term, okay? So, I want to start with right now, there is a lot of light coming into the planet. How do we know this? I follow. Well, there's the Schumann resonance, which is technology that actually measures the frequency of the planet. It's kind of like the heartbeat of planet Earth, and it measures the energy, the vibration, including the light that comes in. And like since the eclipse, even more recently than that, time is funny these days, but since hi Benoit, good to see you, my love. Since the eclipse, there has been a lot of light coming in to the planet, an excessive amount of light coming in to the planet, and this can have a lot of impact on us. This can have impact on us in a lot of ways, in many ways. You can be having physical symptoms, all kinds of physical symptoms, from flu to exhaustion to ear ringing. For me, the ear ringing has been really loud for me lately. To you're tired all the time, to you're being very emotional, you're seeing things, right? The light is being shown, is shining on things that perhaps you didn't want to look at before, you couldn't see before. So this is true for worldwide, as well as in your world, right? In your own personal world, and or both, or everything. So there's a lot of light coming in. What does that mean for you? I invite you to consider what's been going on in recent weeks. Since the last eclipse, since solstice, actually, the energy has been intense. I feel particularly intense. And since the last eclipse, really, it's been through the roof. Literally, so much so that the Schumann resonance, the technology that measures the vibration and the frequency of the planet, has actually been offline, on and off, regularly for extended periods of time, because it's just, there's too much for it to measure. So whatever's going on with you, I want you to know that, again, there's nothing wrong with you, and this is totally natural considering the energy that's happening on the planet. Okay, so that's the physical energy in on the planet that's coming into the planet. And as always, right, but even more so now, take care of your physical body, right? So this means meditation, sleep, water, nutritious food, as well as taking care of your emotions, okay? And that's the next thing that I want to talk about, your emotions. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm called to do an energy update because I have been very emotional, and I find myself in tears for no apparent reason, maybe for a reason, like nothing is happening at the time. I'm just overcome with emotion, or, I'm feeling sadness. It's sadness for me mostly these days. What is it for you, right? So anger, sadness, fear are the top three primary emotions, and they go in that order, right? So anger covers sadness, covers fear. And then there's guilt and hurt and guilt. Anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt. See how my unconscious mind just like ran through how it learned it. So for me, it's sadness that's coming up right now. And there doesn't need to be a reason for it, right? There doesn't need to be anything happening for it. And there probably is something happening that is causing it, that is in the background or in your baseline, perhaps. So as you know, I lost my best friend at the beginning of the year in January. I found her dead in her home. And then just a few weeks ago, I lost a first cousin with whom I grew up with and was very close. And she was relatively young as well. And so I am taking care of my friend's affairs. And I'm having this conversation with my soul sister here. I'm having this conversation with my soul sister, and I'm saying, I don't know why I'm feeling so emotional, right? It must be the energies. It must be the collective energies. Oh, and remind me to talk about the collective energy. So, and then she reminded me everything that I've been going through and that I'm dealing with. And we've been conditioned as a society, particularly in Western society, to just push through, right? That whatever life throws at you, just suck it up. Buttercup, and just push through. And especially as women, right? Because we are emotional beings, my loves, especially as women, right? We are more emotional than our male counterparts, but we've been taught that that's not okay, right? And that makes us weak. We are a weaker sex, and not in a bad way, just physically. Men are bigger and stronger than us in general, but that doesn't mean that we're weaker or that we are weaker mentally or emotionally, but we are more emotional beings. That is our makeup. That is how we females are wired, and that's okay. Right? So as you're feeling all the feels during this time, whatever's going on with you, and I invite you to tell me in the comments what's going on with you, or you can even private message me and let me know what's going on with you. That feeling the emotions, one, is okay, two, is necessary, and if you are female, it's doubly necessary. So how do you feel about feeling the emotions? So I'm at the point where, like, emotions are my jam. I deal with emotions. I help people process emotions, let go of pent up emotions. And so I know that feeling emotions is how we're wired as humans, right? That our emotions are meant to be felt, but we've been conditioned as a culture to push them down and push them away. So today, I also want to remind you to feel your emotions. I am inviting you to feel your emotions. I'm giving you permission to feel your emotions. And if you feel you can't just be emotional, like in a meeting or at the store, I cry in public. If I'm driving around and I feel like crying, I cry. If I'm in the store and I feel like crying, I cry. I am no longer embarrassed of my emotions. And sometimes my conditioning kicks in and I was like, oh, I need to suck that down. So again, I'm here to give you permission to feel your emotions whenever they arise, or most of the time, even if you feel that you are in a position where you cannot show your emotions, like you're in the corporate world, you're in the business world, and you're in an environment where it's still not accepted to be emotional. And I believe that we're in a time where that is going to be changing, right? That our emotions are key. Our emotions are our superpower. When you realize that you can feel your emotions and they're not going to take you down, they're just going to pass through, you are invincible. That is our superpower. And then you are no longer a victim to the powers that be that want to control and manipulate you through your emotions. Okay, does that make sense? And so feel them. Lastly, maybe lastly, I'm looking at my notes. Before I go on to that, right? So my soul sister reminded me, oh yeah, Winter, you're going through a lot, girl. Of course you're feeling emotional, because I was, just sitting, I think I was sitting in meditation. Oh, that's another thing, right? So if you're sitting in meditation, particularly silent meditation, that is like a prime opportunity for your emotions to come up, because meditation, one of the benefits of meditation is that it will cleanse your everything, right? Meditation, silent meditation specifically, primordial sound meditation, one of the most powerful meditations that I teach, will traverse every aspect of your being: spirit, mental, emotional, physical. So it will actually make space to let pent up emotions, old emotions that have been pushed down, actually come up and be released organically. So that's been happening for me in my meditation. And I find I could be like watching, programming, a TV or something, and then I just start crying, and it also comes up in my yoga practice and my spinal awakening practice, times where I'm opening up the body, I'm feeling into my body. So I invite you, I was going somewhere with that. And I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Anyway, feel your emotion. Oh, that's right. So like, there doesn't need to be a reason. So my soul sister pointed out that I do have reason to be crying. Okay. Like, I lost my best friend and I'm handling her affairs. So on a regular basis, sometimes daily, I'm reminded that, my best friend is gone and now I'm taking care of her stuff. Right. So I needed to be reminded of that. So that, and there doesn't need to be anything, right? So the energies are so powerful right now. And I don't think I'm getting full body goosebumps as I say this. The energies are so powerful right now. I don't think there's going to be any let up anytime soon. I feel like it's going to get wild, and it's already wild, right? I don't watch the news, but I know what's going on, and I feel like it's going to get wild. I can feel what's going on, which is where I was going next, which is I'm feeling the collective energy. You might be feeling the collective energy as well. But first, there doesn't need to be anything specific that is making you emotional in that moment. And again, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have depression. You don't have some disorder. None of that. You're feeling the feels. There's a lot of energy in and around and through the planet right now, in addition to in and around and through the collective. Okay, the collective being humanity. Okay, there's a lot of labels and ideas that try to separate us: black, white, man, woman, transgender, gay, straight, this country, that country, this political affiliation, that political affiliation. It's all bullshit. We're fucking human. Okay? We're human. I'm human. You're human. That's it. We're the same. And we are all extensions of God, sparks of God, children of God, whatever you believe in, right? Okay, so like, we are each other, right? And so that as a collective, when I say collective, I mean humanity, right? As a human population on the planet, there's a lot going on. That energy is coming in everywhere. Some places more than others, and we're feeling that. So if you are seemingly emotional for no reason, you might be feeling that. You might be feeling the collective's energy. It could be your old shit coming up, because the astrology right now, Mercury's in retrograde and planets are aligned as such that it's bringing a lot of old stuff up. The eclipse was like bringing stuff up on steroids, okay, for release, for what's the word I want? For resolution, for facing, all the things. The energies, spirit is saying, look at this now. Let it go now. Clear this shit out now. You have work to do. You have life to live. You have a life to enjoy. Whatever is keeping you from your heart's desires, I'm going to align the planets and send the energy so you can do it now. Do it now. Feel the feels, okay? So, and if you want help with that, DM me and we can talk about how I can help you. I have one spot for a VIP client right now. Maybe two if I like love you so much. We really click and hit it off, but one spot comfortably right now. So lastly, right? So I just said a lot, and let me know if this is resonating for you, and consider, right, what's going on with you. Okay, what's going on in your relationships? What's going on in your work? What conflicts are arising? I know this shit arising, okay, because that's what the cosmos is doing right now, okay? Or are you like me and you've experienced significant loss already, recently? And I invite you to feel all that, right? Feel all that, process all that. Our emotions only need about 90 seconds to pass through. 90 seconds, a minute and a half, and they go through, and then they're released. They don't need to get stuck in the body and cause trouble like disease or other ailments, or just not feeling good. Okay, 90 seconds, but you have to feel them. Okay, if you've got old trauma, you don't need to feel that in order to let that go, but that's a conversation for another day. But 90 seconds, it's the stories, it's our thoughts and the stories that we tell ourselves about the emotions or the situation that caused the emotions that keep the emotions around, okay, and bring us down and can potentially get us in that loop of sadness, anxiety, fear, anger, whatever it is for you. For me, it's sadness these days, which makes sense. Considering the losses that I've experienced already this year. So, is there anything else I wanted to share? I'm just looking down at my notes. I think that's it. So, like and save, like this video, save it, share it with anyone that you think that it would benefit. Like and save it so you can come back to it later, and it helps the algorithm, because the powers that be don't want you knowing this empowering information, so it'll help it come up in your feed again. So, and I think that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this. Spirit is telling us it's showtime. So it's showtime. That means getting your emotions, getting your energy in order. So how will you do that? Meditate daily at a minimum. Meditation is the foundation for everything else. Okay? If you're meditating daily, I promise you'll be able to handle whatever the energies, the cosmos, the world, humanity, the people in your life are going to throw your way. Okay? And if you don't know how to do that, my meditation starter kit is going to be in a link. So it's going to be somewhere in my bio or in a link somewhere, depending on where you're watching this. So that's it for now, my loves. Let me know if this resonates for you. Let me know what questions you have, and like, save, and share. Okay? I love you. Mwah.